So I'm with a gentleman. You own this Dale Earnhardt IROC car?
I do.
So what's your name? Where are you from?
Steve Swain, San Jose, California.
Okay. So you're from San Jose?
San Jose. I've owned the car 18 years.
Okay.
And it is Dale Earnhardt's car. He drove it twice.
Right.
And it was in 17 competition races during its IROC career.
Yeah.
And I've had it a long time, 18 years.
Awesome.
Yep.
So do you normally come? I haven't seen it at CSRG.
This is the first time it'll be on track.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
awesome.
been mostly stored.
Okay.
So we're trying to get it ready, get it out.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. How's she running?
Well, I haven't run yet. I showed up late yesterday.
Yeah.
But she always runs well.
Okay, good.
So had a good race a couple weeks ago, or I don't know, mid-May, I guess it was.
Yeah.
Down at Button Willow.
Okay, Button Willow, right?
And so, anyways, just getting some time. It's nice to get some time in before the summer break, because basically nobody races
Okay.
in the summer.
All right.
Dead summer. So
So are you from the Central Valley then?
I used to be.
Yeah.
I just moved to the East Bay. But,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. What's your name? Where are you from?
Mike Levin, Danville.
All right, cool. Thanks a lot.
All right.
I'm Trent.
All right, Trent. Nice
Thank
to
you
meet
very much. Appreciate it.
Good.
Thank you.
How are you this morning?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So what pressure do you strive for?
Cold like this, we put 20 in the front, 18 in the rear.
Oh, wow. Okay.
When it comes off the track, it's right around 25 pounds.
Oh, wow. All right.
Yeah, so there was a guy named George Batcabe who bought the car in 1958.
Mm-hmm.
He raced it for several years.
Yeah.
Had an accident while it was being transported to a track. Car was a mess.
Oh, jeez.
Car sat for 30 plus years. He didn't have the money. He had young kids, didn't have the money to do anything to fix it. And so eventually when he got to be about 75, he went ahead, he fixed the car. He started racing it out here.
Oh, yeah.
He's raced it in Rennsport, raced it in a bunch of club races, historics. And so about 2 years ago, he met my wife.
Okay.
He was looking to sell the car.
Yeah.
Everyone was lowballing him
Yeah.
on offers
Yeah.
because they wanted to take it, destroy the history, and turn it into a concourse car
Oh, jeez.
because it's worth more money.
Right.
Met my wife fell in love with him
Yeah.
and said, all right, George, here's the deal. We're buying your car
Yeah.
and we're paying you what you're asking. We're not
Right.
going to argue with you. So,
Right.
so after that, it went over to Scott's Independent. Chris Mayring and Clay Carr, they did all the work on it and got it to where it is today. And now Chris gets to race it.
Okay.
So that's the history.
Cool. So exact year,
It's a 1956
right.
Speedster.
Yeah.
And brought over by Hoffman and owned by the same guy since I think 1958.
Okay, great.
So
Thank you so much.
you bet.
Appreciate it.
You bet.
Thank you.
So that's where you're just something like that.
over into the base.
I don't know if that really sells here.
He had to move the seat, and I was coming back from registration. And he cut me off and he handed me the logbook. And he said, I can't fit the car.
Yeah, they're all really big.
That thing won't go over 40 miles an hour, but it's great for downtown, you know, just to run around.
So what was the problem? I think a bolt came off and the thing was rattling.
Okay.
Got a lot of weight there, and you can break a header.
Oh, really?
So you want to avoid that.
Okay.
So this is an emergency fix.
Is it really?
It
Okay.
wasn't a commitment just to make more noise.
Okay. Okay. All right. Love those cookie cutters.
It is a famous car. It was driven by Walt Moss.
Okay.
Bruce O'Neill. It was one of the, it was driven in the Trans Am series. It was a fast Porsche then.
Yeah.
Well driven, but anyway, it has more provenance than any of the Porsches in this group.
Okay.
Looks a little beat up in places now, but boy, those are honest dents.
Awesome.
We have that nut for
Yeah,
your
love it.
socket would work.
You want a socket?
Yeah, you got a 13 socket?
Yeah. Want an extension on it?
No.
Sure.
Yeah.
And he just needs a short. You got a tap.
So this is what I need.
Okay, got it.
Something like
All
that.
right. Something like this.
Maybe a little longer.
could be shorter.
What's that?
It could be shorter.
Yeah. Well, the thing, can it be wider?
What's that?
So what are we driving here?
Ace, and this is my 1966 Lotus Cortina,
Okay.
Mark 1.
Okay. And it's left-hand drive, so American made or for
No,
America?
Never was made in the U.S. It was only made in Europe.
Right, but
And it was made for Europe or U.S.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, they shipped them to the U.S.
Okay.
and Europe, left-hand drives.
great, great.
But it's kind of an interesting story because they weren't made in the U.S.
Yeah. Sorry, I should have known that. All right. And you gave me the year, right? You said
66.
it was 66.
Yeah, 1966.
Okay. Great. Beautiful. Thank you very much.
We'll be back here at the storage too.
Okay.
That's why I have it here, so I can casting.
Do a little shakedown with it.
Exactly, before the pre-reunion and the reunion.
So where are you from?
I live in Incline Village.
Okay.
Like
I did an internship up there years ago. All right. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate it.
We were there to see the Can-Am or, you know, the 6 Hour, whatever. But I remember the IROC group.
Yeah.
Right? And it was like, here's a Crayola box full of, you know, Porsches.
Yeah.
And these guys are racing so competitively and everything, and it made a serious impression in my brain.
Right.
That I never forgot.
Right.
So over the years, I built a few cars that were very similar to the original IROCs,
Right.
with the whale tail, the bodywork, the wheels and tires, etc. And about 2.5, 3 years ago, we started talking amongst our friends and said, hey, you know what would be cool? Why don't we recreate the IROC, you know, make a tribute series.
Okay, yeah.
All the cars have to look the same as
Yeah.
far as, you know, the liveries and the bodywork and everything.
Right.
We have to make allowances on tire size, wheel size, because of what's available.
Right.
You know, but we have a touring contingent, which are guys that enjoy car shows and rallies and parade laps at the track.
Yeah.
It's non-competitive.
Yeah.
And we also have a track contingent, which are guys who love vintage style racing, classic car racing. And that's what you see here today at Laguna Seca with CSRG. A great group of guys to run with.
Yeah.
So we're having a lot of fun. This is not for money. This is not for trophies. There's no points.
Yeah.
It's all about camaraderie, helping each other become more proficient as drivers, increasing our speeds, our results. So we have a lot of fun doing this.
Yeah.
We're learning. We're realizing our dreams, being able to compete with Porsches on a fairly equal basis.
Right, right.
Okay, and we're growing. We're growing. To date, we have 12 cars in the track group.
Oh, right.
And we got about almost half a dozen in the touring group. Okay. And there are more cars being built.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great.
So it's a formative year for us.
Yeah.
Next year, we should be joining Ray Evernham's V8 IROC group in Charlotte in April 2026. So we're really looking forward to that adventure, going back east and enjoying the track and the camaraderie with our V8 friends.
Great, great. So where's all this based?
Well, the majority of us are coming from Southern California.
Okay, yeah.
Robert, which you can see over here, you know, he hails from Odenton, Maryland, you know, near Washington, D.C.
Yeah.
We have one of our competitors from Austin, Texas. We have some Northern California guys, and we have an awful lot of interest. We talked to a few people today that came up and checked us out and kind of went, hey, I've got a 911 that'll work for this.
Oh,
so,
that's cool.
Yeah, what colors are available?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So what? Southern California, like what city?
In the Los Angeles.
Oh, LA. Okay.
Yeah. So we have a few guys in San Diego area, Temecula, etc.
Okay.
So yeah, it's growing. It's
awesome.
a lot of fun. So.
Now, do you guys run at any tracks down there? I can't think of any.
We have yet to race there.
Okay.
We've done parade laps.
It's only like Pomona Fairplex is probably the only.
Well, there's Willow Springs.
Oh yeah, Willow Springs, right.
There's Willow Springs. There's Chuckwalla as well.
Oh yeah, okay.
So what we're trying to do is be part of like a feature event like what they have here.
Yeah.
So, you know, the egos get fed because we're getting a lot of attention, and it helps grow our numbers as well.
Okay, great.
So, you know, we may be running we do run piggyback with other groups, like today here with CSRG.
Yeah.
In March, we ran up here with HMSA.
Oh, okay.
They had a good fun weekend, and we'll be discussing it with other, you know, clubs to see who'll.
Are you going to Sonoma Raceway in October?
We may go to Sonoma in October because originally we had hoped to get to Watkins Glen in September, but it doesn't look like that's going to pan out. But we don't have the numbers.
Okay.
You know, we want to get 12 to 15 cars. You know, so people are going to come forward and say, "Hey, we want you."
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Great. Well, thank you for the time.
You got it.
Appreciate
Enjoy the
it.
weekend.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Sure.
Okay.